His speech lasted just about 45 minutes. Governor Charlie Baker delivering his State of the Commonwealth address this evening before state lawmakers in Boston.
And tonight we have reaction from lawmakers, but first, the governor discussed a number of issues, including his past year accomplishments and what he plans to do in 2020.
And right off the top, he honed in on vaping, saying that Massachusetts is leading the nation in responding to the sudden illness, injury, and deaths associated with vaping.
Baker also talked about climate change. He said in order to get net zero by 2025, Massachusetts needs to significantly reduce transportation emissions.
And he proposed a new $15 million partnership with vocational schools aimed at giving thousands of people hands-on educational opportunities. Baker is hoping that this initiative will address a skills gap many companies say is a real issue.
Adults can take classes during the evening. Traditional high school students can take classes after their regular school day, and full-time vocational students can attend as they do now. These career technical institutes will turbocharge our approach to applied learning and industry-specific credentialing.
And complete coverage of the governor's address tonight, 22 News reporter Jody Reed is live at the State House this evening.
Jody, you talked with lawmakers directly after that speech.
Don Ciara, the governor, touched upon a wide variety of topics in his speech, like vaping, education, and housing. But one area in particular that he hopes to focus on is climate change. And his methods of doing so aren't sitting well with many Western Massachusetts lawmakers. One of the first topics Governor Baker addressed in his 2020 State of the Commonwealth speech was his efforts to bring high-speed internet to Western Massachusetts.
And when we took office, many communities in Western Mass had no plan for installing high-speed internet. But later this month, after 4 years of work and great support from the legislature, every one of those communities will either already have high-speed service or will have a plan in place to make it happen.
The governor also took time to set environmental goals for the Commonwealth. He said he's committing the state to reaching net zero carbon emissions by 2050, a plan he hopes to accomplish through several transportation initiatives, which Western Massachusetts lawmakers aren't sold on.
A flat gas tax is very, very bad for Western Mass and is not something I would support because it's not fair for Western Mass. We drive more and we don't have, frankly, alternatives to driving.
The governor is pushing for a regional approach to addressing climate change through his TCI proposal.
Climate change is a national and international issue, so I think that just having a regional response won't alone work, but some form and sense of unity would be very important on it.
The governor thanked the legislature for working with his administration to pass several key bills like hands-free and vaping regulations. In 2020, he hopes to improve health care coverage, increase technical training, and grow the state's economy. The governor ended his speech by saying we must rise above all of the fighting in national politics and find a common purpose, which is what is keeping the Commonwealth united and strong. In Boston, Jody Reed, 22 News.